Hey loves, you're welcome back. We started on making multi-purpose liquid soap yesterday. Along the line, I got to the stage where I mixed salt in water. That's the salt water solution that I added. I was mixing it when there was, I think, the system I was using went off because there was no light on it. It wasn't plugged in, so it went off. So about few minutes was blank. So while that was happening, I added the salt solution to the liquid soap and mixed very well and covered overnight. So it's been how many hours now since I did that because it was overnight I covered it. Now for the concluding part of the soap making. This is our soap. Let me show you. Can you see? It was full of foam yesterday, but now it has gone down considerably. Can you see? So it's time to add color and fragrance. Can you see this? So if this is for a laundry and they don't want color, maybe for these laundry people, you can package like this, but you still need to allow it to settle down more. Put some fragrance. You understand? But for the purpose of this one we are going to be adding fragrance and color, but we are adding fragrance first. So I'm going to mix the color now. In here, I have water that I'm going to use to dissolve the color. This is fragrance. I'm just going to get a little water in here. Can you see this quantity? Water. I have different colors here, but I'm going to use green. Color green, that's what I'm using. Using color green. To see what I'm mixing. Can you see? So I'm dissolving color green with water. I don't want it to be too, I don't want the color to be too deep. I don't want it to be too. So that should do. I didn't finish using it. And then this is fragrance. I'm using that one later. Just 1 minute. So let me show you. This is, see it well. So I'm going to be adding the color. Make sure it's well dissolved. Depends on how deep you want this to be. So I added that one then. I'll be stirring for some minutes. This color is very sharp. You see, that's why I added. It's very sharp. Let me add everything. It has to be well blended. So I'm going to mix, be stirring for a few more minutes so that it can be well blended. Let's see how thick the soap is. think I'm okay with this color. It is not too deep. Uh, this should be. It's more like, is it lemon? I don't know if you can really see it clearly. How do you feel this color? Or should we add more? Too much color is not good inside soup, you know. Color is just to make it beautiful and eye-catching, not too, it doesn't have to now be overpowering or something. Even like this soap can be used for laundry because the color is not too much and there is not a staining color. So this soap is thick, but I don't want to add water to it again until I put fragrance. Fragrance will determine if the soap is going to need water because once fragrance is added, it's liquidy and it might just affect the consistency of the soap. So I'll allow it to. I'll put fragrance before I now know whether I'm going to lighten this up a little. I'm okay with this color. So let me just hold on for a few minutes. And I'll continue. So I'm going to now add fragrance. I'm okay with it. It's well mixed. So well mixed. You see? So let me now add fragrance. Let me show you. This is our fragrance. What I'm going to do is I'll scoop some of the soap out. I'll scoop it in. Mix the fragrance first before adding it to the soap because if you mix directly, it might just make the soap to become watery. But once you mix a little quantity, that's the trick you can use to know and avoid the whole soap turning watery. So I'll scoop a little here. Let me show you what I'm doing. So it's fragrance. Can you see what is happening to this soap? With the fragrance I added, look at that. It changed color and it's watery. Look at that. You see that? So once I do this on this small quantity and then add it to the whole soap, there's no problem. It's going to be all right. So here we go. So you want to make sure this is well mixed. That's what I'm doing. Stirring very well. Mixing so that it's well blended. This is the what I use for cooking soap. So I'm not going to waste any soap. I'm just going to rinse this out and pour it inside so that all the fragrance can get out of the paste. I'm adding it back inside the soap. Nothing is going to waste. Before starting production, my hands are so thoroughly washed. Yesterday, because I was handling raw chemical, I used cloth. But now, all the chemical reactions has taken place, and this soap is mild. So that's why I'm not putting on hand gloves. But I'm still careful to just make sure everything is well contained, and then my hands are clean, thoroughly washed. So the fragrance container that I used for fragrance, I rinsed it out and added it to the soap. That's what I'm doing here. Yes, let me just mix well now. What I'm aiming for is to make sure this is well blended. The color I mixed first was well blended and now added fragrance and I'm mixing again, stirring to blend everything together. When you are doing this production, stirring is important. You have to stir, 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 and stir so that everything will be well blended. I'm loving this color. I'm loving it. So we are getting ready for the final stage. What I'm going to be doing now is, I'm scraping the sides. You can see the way the sides are. They are quite thick and the colors and this thing, they are not well mixed with it. So I'm going to just scrape everything and mix again. Then cover this to settle down for few hours so that I will know if there is going to be any correction like this thickness, if it will go down because it is quite thick. Can you see? This is too thick. But I cannot add too much water now, just water to, you know, a little. I'll put a little water and turn it, stir very well, then cover and see if it's okay or I still need to lighten it up a bit. You understand? As it is, it's going to be very, very full. You can see the little quantity that I have in this cup that I had, it was in the cup that I used the other time. I added water and look at the foam. So I'll still cover it and I will know whether it will still add water or not. I'll know. I will know whether we should add more water. Stir this in and cover it up. We are almost done. It is very thick. But I'm not going to add too much water. Once I cover it and come back for it to settle well, I might not need to add any water again. So you can see it's well blended now. I'm going to cover this up for a few hours for it to settle well. That is when I will know if we still need to add water because this is very thick, but I'm not going to add water for now. So after covering it up, I will know if it requires more water. Then we'll do the final, the packaging of the soap. So I'll see you in few hours time after this soap has had time to settle down, and I will do the conclusion of the final conclusion of the liquid soap production. So see you in few hours time. Thanks for tuning in. Bye. Stay blessed.